Hey y'all, happy Monday. It's feeling like a Monday over here. I wanted to hop on and I was thinking of, different topics to talk about, and it never fails when I'm wondering what to talk about. Something happens and it inspires me to talk about it. Recently in our life, we've faced many challenges. Well, that's just been like the story of our life, really. So it's not been like a recent thing. It's been something that's always been something we've struggled with. Just because we're clean and sober doesn't mean that our head doesn't still run. And I know that I've talked a lot about that, is that, fear, worry, anxiety, depression, whatever it may be, tends to pop up in life. And for us, 2019 was filled with a lot of fear, worry, concern, and not because of bad things that happened. I mean, there was bad things that happened that, really was challenging for us, and put us in a position where either we were going to get sucked into the fear or we were going to find a way to walk through it. And we've always found a way to walk through it. It's just been a matter of how we've walked through it. Last year was really a year for us to develop our relationship with God. I'm really not sure how we got through all those other years with not as solid of a foundation with God as we did last year. I think that's really what helped develop that strong foundation, is that in our darkest hours, God is who we turn to. Because, when that human part of yourself fails you, it really kind of takes you to your knees and you're left with no other choice but to turn it over to God. I mean, yes, you have other choices, but for us, this was our experience, is that, when all the control and what we thought we were in control of was stripped from us, we were left with God, and for us, we tend to need a big fat reality check for us to realize that we are not in control. And for us, we get in fear a lot. I know for me, fear tends to cripple me. When I'm afraid and not able to vocalize that, I either get really tired and my brain just shuts down because the fear is so overwhelming that I can't even talk. Fear tends to, what it does for me is, like I said, is it cripples me, where I feel like I can't enjoy any of my time until that fear is, minimized or solved, whatever problems going on. And life just doesn't work that way. And so last year and even now, like, I'm really working on walking through that fear and realizing that, like, God has got a plan for me, and it's not going to be anything like what I think it is going to be like. And I can either choose to let the fear completely take over, or I can have faith. I can have faith that, like, God has shown me time and time and time again that, like, his plans go further than I could ever even dream or even imagine. And that, this reality I'm living in is my own reality. Yes, it's my own reality, but, like, God has something special planned for me, and he's got something special planned for all of us. And so, it always takes me back to, like, choices, and making a choice of, do I let this entire day be ruined by the fear of what if I can't control something? What if I can't do something? And the reality is, it's just a waste of energy for me, because the reality is, like, I'm not in control. I am absolutely not in control. Yes, I'm in control of, like, my choices and how I choose to be a part of life, but, like, there's a way bigger plan out there than I could ever even dream of. So, I thought about not even talking about this today, because I have been crippled with fear. I've been crippled with anxiety, and not able to, like, put words on how I'm feeling, but I wanted to push through it and talk about it, because it makes the fear less powerful when I'm able to talk about it and express it, even if I don't know the exact words. that can identify the feeling, but it just gives it less power. So like if you're fearful today, if you're stressed, if you're overwhelmed, find somebody to talk it out, walk it out, be able to try to process what's going on, because all of that stuff festering inside is just, it's like infection. It just infects your emotions. It infects the way you respond and react. It infects everything, and it infects those around you. Like, I love when people think that their feelings don't affect other people, but it does. When my energy is off, you can bet your butt that everybody around me is feeling it and can notice that like something is off about me. I'm not really good at like pretending like there is no issue, and it can be a heavy feeling for those around you as well as yourself. So I really have found a lot of freedom and peace in realizing that like God's in control. And sometimes that's not sometimes, but a lot of times that's my safe place, because I tend to feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders and that I'm the only one that has to figure it out. And that's just not true. Like, I'm not alone. And if I let him have it, like, I normally feel better instantly. It may take maybe just a little while for me to feel some peace, but like there's so much time and energy that's spent in, trying to figure out a situation and picking it apart and letting the fear take over, that it really takes the joy out of the moment that you're in. And I know I've talked about that before, but like today, I wanted to share open and honestly that like I'm feeling a lot of fear. I'm scared. I'm worried. And it's nothing even big that's going on, but like it's the little things that like scare me. And I go back to that little girl that gets scared and isn't able to communicate her feelings. And so I'm really trying today to communicate my feelings and to communicate what's going on in my head, because the reality is like this is our last day in New York, and it just reconfirms that no matter where you go in life, what's up here follows you wherever you go. You can't get far enough away from it. You can't run from it, because it's you it's within you. And so I really didn't want this day to be ruined by the messages that are going on inside of my head, because I just don't want to do that. I don't want to waste time. And I really believe that like life is short. Life is really short. And I believe that I have the ability to turn a scary moment into something positive. And that's why I'm talking about it today, because I know that with Monday in general comes, Monday, it's Monday. People don't really like Monday. And I'm sure that there's people out there that are feeling, worry and feeling like, it feels like Monday, or feeling overwhelmed about the week. And I just want you to know that like, you're not alone. I feel you. I'm struggling with similar feelings, and that, we have a chance to turn it over and to have a little bit of faith that like things are going to work out. It may not be how you think it should be, but the reality is that it's going to work out, and that trying to control it and pick it apart in your head is really not going to solve anything. So it's we're better off to just let it go. Yeah, that's a lot easier said than done. Because I'm probably going to pick it apart for a little bit longer once I get off this video, if I'm being totally honest. But I am going to put forth the effort to turn it over and to try to remind myself that like God's in control. God's in control, and I'm part of his world, and it's not the other way around. Like, this is not my world, I'm living in God's world, and I need to take the steps necessary to make sure that I am turning it over, and that I am in a position where I can, let go of the control and the worry and trying to fix and or control a situation, because the reality is that I can't. So I know I've said that a lot throughout this video, but like I'm talking myself through it as I'm writing as I'm talking in this video, is that, you know, I really want to enjoy the moment today and not be crippled by anxiety, fear, worry, regret, so on and so forth. So I hope that if you're having a bad day today, that you're able to take a second, take a deep breath, say a prayer, and try to turn it over. And if you don't pray, at least try to take a step back, to take a deep breath and to turn it over to whatever it is that you pray to, or whatever it is that you find comfort in, to turn it over and to allow yourself to walk through that struggle and to walk through that fear, knowing that everything is going to be okay. And sometimes we just need that confirmation that everything's going to be okay. And I don't mean everything's going to be okay, that it's going to work out how you think it should work out, but that everything is going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And that may be a hot mess that you are. You may be a total hot mess, but like everything is going to be okay. And I've got to continue to remind myself that like I'm okay. Everything's going to be okay. I have my health. I have my family. I have the people that I love in my life. And I know that I'm a good person and I'm doing my best to just show up for life today. I may take it a minute at a time. I may be able to get lucky and take it an hour at a time. But currently I'm taking it a minute at a time and just trying to move forward with the day, knowing that like I'm taken care of, all my needs are met, and that I'm going to be okay. And that I'm going to go out and experience New York for our last day here, and be grateful for the opportunity to even get to experience something like this, because being here is a gift in and of itself, because it just speaks volumes to the fact that like my life has been restored and that I get to do something like this. This is a get to. And I'm just really grateful that I get to show up and take a step back and realize that like today is going to be what I make it, you know, and I'm choosing to take one step forward, 1 minute at a time, and sharing open and honestly of where I'm at today. And if that's all I can do today, then that's all I can do. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, even if that means you walk through today as a hot mess. Just try not to create harm and be good to yourself. Be good to yourself, because we're all a work in progress. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Take care.